You don't have to wait, you know my name. Sunshine and rain, some things don't change. Thinking about the days we were younger. Innocent in our ways, we were dumb, girl. But nothing really mattered, I could always count on you. Your touch will leave me breathless, so let me give it back to you. I could always count on you. I could always count on you. Don't have to wait, you know my name. Sunshine and rain, some things don't change. Thinking about the days we were younger. Innocent in our ways, we were dumb, girl. When nothing really mattered, I could always count on you. Your touch will leave me breathless, so let me give it back to you. I could always count on you. I could always count on you.
What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing? Happy 4th of July, early 4th of July. Jackson, how you doing?
I'm doing quite swell. Josh, how are you doing?
Same. John is on a long vacation. Sam, it's just been really busy recently. We're trying to get him on. We're close to 400 subs, guys. So if you're listening, tell your friends to come stop by, say what's up, and subscribe. That's all I'm asking for, guys. I mean, really, that's it. There was so much that went down in NBA free agency. Really, that's all we have to talk about. But it's such a huge topic. But we're going to start it off better or worse than last year. We're going to start off with the Brooklyn Nets.
Probably better. I don't think what were they last year? A sixth?
8 seed. Wait, no. Sorry, yeah, they were the 6th seed.
Yes, they don't really have a ton of expectations compared to they don't have a lot from last year to do. Like, if they can get the 5 seed, that you could say they did better. But I think they'll do better. I don't think they're going to be dominant this year. No Kevin Durant, obviously. So, Kyrie's going to do what he does. DeAndre Jordan's solid. I think it's a solid core. I probably see like a 4 seed or a 3 seed in the East. That's what I think realistically.
All right. Now we talk about
What do you?
What were you gonna ask? What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's just Kyrie Irving replacing D'Angelo Russell, and then losing Jared Dudley, right?
They did lose Jared Dudley, yes.
And did they lose Allen?
Who?
Did they have 2 Jarretts?
They had Jarrett Allen. They had Jared Dudley and Jarrett Allen.
Oh yeah, did they lose Jarrett Allen? I'm pretty sure they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Anyway,
but yeah, if they get worse, that makes Kyrie look terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, I really won't judge the Nets until you have Kevin Durant back. But let's talk about the 76ers. Signed Tobias Harris, a 5-year, $180 contract. Definitely thought that was way too much. Ben Simmons, 5-year, $170. I'm pretty sure they're talking about it. They got what's his name from the Heat, Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
They lost J.J. Redick.
They did.
But they did get Al Horford. Are the
Which
76ers
makes no sense to me.
Are the 76ers going to be better or worse than last year?
I would say better just because, I'd say better. I think Josh Richardson's a better player than J.J. Redick, so I think him filling in. Um, there was a lot of drama with Jimmy Butler. There was a lot of ball-dominant guys on one team, and that never really suits well. Horford, even though I don't like the signing, he's a good player. So I feel like they should get better. I mean, Embiid's getting better. Simmons should be getting better. I mean, these guys, if they continue to grow, the team will be better. They have a really good roster.
Wait, what?
What's up?
I'm trying to see. Oh, I was seeing what's going on in soccer. They stopped the clock. It was a severe weather delay. But
Huh?
no, sorry, I'm talking soccer. No, the 76ers, I see them saying the same. I don't see why people are saying they're going to get better. Do you think Tobias Harris' 5-year, $180 million contract was a little bit too much, or do you think he's worth all $180 million?
He's young and he's a good player, and it's hard to replace a guy like that. So I would personally say that he's. I think that it was fine that they paid him. They gave Ben Simmons the same thing, basically a little less, but yeah, they. Um, if you want to win, you've got to overpay some guys, and I feel like that's what they did with Tobias. Tobias is a good player, though, so I mean, I think it's not too bad of a decision.
All right. And this one for here in the East, I feel like is going to be the biggest. The Celtics.
Yeah,
Good? I mean, better or worse?
I'm gonna say worse. I think you lost Horford and Kyrie, which were arguably your best two players, and I know you replaced them with Kemba, who
And
in
they
his
lost Terry Rozier. I know he's not as a key player, but still.
he had a tough year last year. I mean, he was a locker room cancer, so I don't think losing him's that bad. But yeah, I think people are going a little crazy over Kemba Walker. The dude has not won a playoff series in his career. We forget, and people act like that doesn't exist. Um, Regardless of if your surrounding cast isn't very good, I mean, you play in the East, you should have at least a series win. So that's kind of concerning. They picked up Ennis Cantor on a cheap deal. I thought that was a good deal to get done. Veteran experience, not much to spend on him. But I mean, you look at the team and it's Kemba, who's good, not great in my opinion. Jaylen Brown, who still hasn't proved that he can be a 20-point per night guy that they need. Jason Tatum, who took a step back last year, and Ennis Cantor, who even though he's solid, isn't anything special. So to me, they're going to do worse than last year. I think they won they were the 4 seed last year, and with the East being as good as it is now, I don't think that they can do that again.
All right. Now let's move on to the West, unless you want to talk about the Pacers, because I feel like they're just going to get better because they didn't lose anyone. They only gained.
The Pacers will definitely get better.
That's a given. But let's talk about the West. Golden State Warriors, better or worse?
Oh, please. And this is not to say that they're not going to be good, but they got way worse. You basically traded D'Angelo Russell or Kevin Durant for D'Angelo Russell, and then you got rid of, honestly, the guy who started everything there, Andre Iguodala. I mean, when you think about it all, who came up big in that first NBA Finals when they needed him the most? It was Andre Iguodala. It's why he won Finals MVP. Honestly, he's come up so big and so many times for them. Even this past NBA Finals, he hit the game-winning 3 in Game 2, and really comes up big in clutch moments. So losing him is a little more. I think it's a bigger deal than most people realize. They're going to lose Quinn Cook. He's an unrestricted free agent now, which most people probably won't find as a problem, but the dude's a pretty good shooter. So losing him, I mean, doesn't help. They did bring in Willie Cauley-Stein. I've heard that he's not very good. I don't get to watch him.
No, he's not.
I've heard that he's not a very good center in the NBA. So I don't know. And to me, the D'Angelo Russell thing was kind of just desperation out of the Warriors to kind of make up for losing Durant. They're like, well, we lost him, but look, we turned around and got a younger All-Star, even though we all know that D'Angelo Russell is nowhere near Kevin Durant. So, yeah, that's how I'm kind of feeling. I think they'll get worse. I think it's undoubtedly they'll get worse, but I still think that they're going to be a good team.
All right. And I think the team that everyone is talking about, that everyone's really excited to see how they turn out next year, the Utah Jazz.
What?
The Utah Jazz, better? Are they going to be better or worse? What do you mean? This is an easy yes.
I mean,
They got Mike Conley. They got, what's his name? Who's a big...
they got, that Bogdanovich
Yeah,
dude.
Boban Bogdanovich. They also got Ed Davis.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Ed Davis is trash.
Okay, but I'm just saying, Mike Conley.
You know what? You know what? This is going to be a bold one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check. I predict, and we're going to look back on this, that the Jazz have less wins next year than they did this year.
I predict that
I don't know what
Warriors
seed.
are going to be less than a 3 seed.
I mean, that's not totally out there. I don't know. I feel like they're being a little overhyped. Mike Conley's towards the end of his career. Mitchell's a little overrated, if we're being honest. Who's the starting small forward now? Bojan, he's decent. I mean, come on now. We're making this guy look like he's a freaking all-star. He's not. Rudy Gobert is a great defender, but I mean, you need offense in this league. So I don't know. Maybe they'll shut me up. But, I don't think they're going to be any better.
All right. And what now with really that being done, we can't talk about the Raptors or the Clippers or the Lakers. Because, I mean, the Lakers got better for sure. But
the Lakers got better for sure, yeah.
But those other two teams, it's in the air. But now that we got through that, let's talk about early predictions. Who do you see coming out of the West?
Wow, that's a tough question.
I can tell you the team.
If you say Denver,
It's Denver.
Oh my God. Okay.
Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr.'s never played a minute in the NBA.
Okay, have you not listened to all the interviews with all the coaching staff? Michael Porter Jr. Have you not seen the videos of him in the practice? This dude was playing 5-on-5 contract midway through the season last year. They just sat him out the rest of the year just so he can get fully recovered.
You can't use him as a person that's going to be.
They're saying it's either Zion or MPJ that will win Rookie of the Year.
Listen, I've heard too much hype around Michael Porter in his short career so far. I need to see him do it before I'm going to give him anything. If you want to say they have Jokic and Murray, that's fine. They've proven that they're good. Michael Porter,
Millsap.
That they overpaid the hell out of that.
Yes,
$30 million.
$30 million. That's way too much. But
Paul
still,
Millsap's nowhere near that anymore. But
still,
I mean, is it a possibility? Yes,
Mason
they're one of the
Plumlee?
They're one of the better teams in the West. I'd give them that, but I don't think that they're going to go to the NBA Finals. My team's the Lakers.
The Lakers. Wow.
Well, you have LeBron and Anthony Davis. I mean, if they can just
Kyle Kuzma, Jared Dudley,
yep.
Someone,
but if you can just put a half decent roster around them, they're going to make the finals. I feel like you have like two of the top 5 players in the league. If you want to say AD's top 5, I mean, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't think there's a clear cut right now. I also really like what Portland did, although Whiteside's a little overrated, but that's all right. But yeah, I feel like right now, and plus I'm a firm believer that the Lakers are going to get Kawhi Leonard. So if that happens,
I'm hearing he's going to the Raptors.
I don't think he'll go to the Raptors. If he does, it's going to be on a 1-year deal. But
2 years. He wants to either sign a max contract or go to the Raptors for 2 years, so then he can get a super max deal.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If he goes to the Lakers, do you still think the Nuggets are going to win the West?
No.
Okay, at least you have some sanity.
All right, and who's going to be the biggest faller in the West? Who's going to dip the most?
Well, I think it's undoubtedly Golden State, and that's not. I still think they'll make the playoffs, but they went from having arguably the best player on the planet to now trading him for essentially trading a sign and trade, trading him for a top 20 guy, top 30 guy. I mean,
top 20.
maybe, and he had one good season. Let's keep that in perspective. And when we're comparing D'Angelo Russell and Kevin Durant, it's a huge difference.
It's a big difference.
So, and Klay Thompson won't play until February or March, so
even if he does play, that's the thing.
I'm sure he will, but I don't think that he's going to be able to play it at 100% next year. He's still good, but I mean, like, he's not going to be able to play next year until at least after the All-Star break, in my opinion.
Sure, it's definitely after the All-Star break. Ooh,
but yeah, and
we forgot one big team in the West.
Hold on, we'll talk about them after this. For over half a season, you're telling me I'm gonna have to ride with D'Angelo Russell and Stephen Curry and Draymond Green?
I mean, might not even bond well together too. That's the thing. Like
D'Angelo Russell. I mean, people forget. I mean, he really didn't fit well in LA, and he found a good fit in Brooklyn. But what if it isn't a good fit in? And then what's going to be even more awkward is whenever Klay Thompson is ready to come back. What are they going to do then? Because they're all three guards. You could probably put Klay at the small forward, but
it's going to be a small lineup.
Yeah, and I mean, you just saw what happened with their small lineup. They got exposed because Toronto had excellent length, and I mean, you saw it. Even though there were injuries, I mean, Ibaka, Gasol, Siakam, those guys made a huge difference in that series with their length.
All right.
So I think they'll get worse, but I don't think I've seen people saying they won't make the playoffs. That's just terrible. That's stupid.
Do you think the Pelicans will make the playoffs?
You know, I'm going to say no.
Zion Williams, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, JJ Redick.
Here's the thing, though. When's the last time a rookie came into a high-caliber rookie, we're talking like a number 1 pick, number 2 pick, a guy like that, came into the league and immediately got his team into the playoffs? Like, look at last year. DeAndre Ayton didn't even get close. Year before, Markelle Fultz. What a joke. Ben Simmons, I don't think they made it his rookie. He didn't play, so that's not really fair.
But technically, his rookie year, he did
Who was 15? Who was 15?
That's a good question.
Was that Wiggins? No, Wiggins was before that. He would.
15. Shoot.
I'll look it up.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me know. Let me know if they're a blue blood school.
They're a blue blood school.
Okay. Is it from Kansas or Duke?
Huh?
Is it from Kansas or Duke?
No, it's from Kentucky.
Shoot, was that Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah.
Really? That was 2015?
So let's be real there. He didn't lead his team. We go back to 2014. Was that one Wiggins? I believe so, yes. The Timberwolves did not make the playoffs that year. 2013, Anthony Bennett? No. 2012? Who was 2012?
Wasn't that Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis. Didn't get to the playoffs. 2011, Kyrie Irving didn't get to the playoffs. These number one picks.
Last one was LeBron James. Just say it already.
No, he wasn't. LeBron didn't even do it. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you're the number 1 overall pick, it rarely translates into the wins in the playoffs. You can be effective, but come on, you're not going to make the playoff. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Their starting lineup is going to be Lonzo, Drew Holiday, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and who's going to play center there? I forget. Now that they don't have Randall. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying it's too young of a lineup in my opinion. But Ingram and Ball are just so injury prone. It's going to make it tough. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Zion shocks everyone. I don't know. But just looking at the past number 1 overall picks, I can't think of the last one that led his team to the playoffs. And that's saying something because we've had good now. We've had good ones. Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, give them 2 years, and of course they're going to do it.
Well, you're asking if they're going to make it in year 1, and I'm telling you, it hasn't happened.
Okay. Zion has people around him, though. That's the big difference.
It is a difference, but
if you can get a healthy Brandon Ingram, that's a big difference.
Karl Anthony Towns also had Wiggins and he had Rubio and guys. I mean, he wasn't a trash team, is what I'm trying to say. And then, I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, but
Lonzo, Brandon, JJ.
But it's a lot of unproven players on that team.
So this seems a coin flip.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna predict they don't, but they have talent. I'm not gonna lie. They have talent.
And Kawhi Leonard is not in the NBA in this scenario. Who is winning the East?
Yeah. Man.
It's a
Honestly,
good year for basketball. Like, that's the thing.
no, it's a great year for basketball. I could see. Yeah, I could see. I'm trying to count in my head. Milwaukee, Philly. I could see 3 or 4 teams realistically
Well, yeah.
winning the Eastern Conference. I think that let me think. I if I had to give it to someone right now, I'd probably give it to Philly. But
So, yeah,
I just think they have the most talent. They have Simmons, Embiid, Harris, Josh Richardson, and I feel like I'm missing someone even. But they just have an insane lineup.
Tobias?
I did say Tobias. But yeah, I think they have an insane lineup. Now they have some experience under their belt after the last 2 postseason runs. And I don't know. I like them right now. But I feel like it's neck and neck with them and Milwaukee. And I don't think there's a chance in hell that Toronto makes it if Kawhi doesn't resign. So you can really factor them out. I don't think Boston can win it. I really doubt Miami can win it. So it'll be interesting. I think there's really 2 legitimate teams as we speak right now.
76ers and Milwaukee.
I feel like those are the only 2 that I can firmly say I could
Kawhi stays in.
And if Kawhi goes back, then we're talking about 3. And I mean, there's teams that are probably going to come along that you're not really expecting. Like Indiana could be a lot better than we think. Boston might be better than we think. Miami, even though they only have really 1 superstar now, they might be better than we think. So it'll be interesting to see.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm trying to go out, watch some fireworks. I got a really nice neighbor who's putting on a really good show.
Oh, so we're not going to do what I asked. I see how it is.
No, what'd you ask? I totally forgot.
I said before we were going to grade the moves, but you...
Oh, okay. I thought we kind of already talked about it.
I mean, we didn't talk about where guys were going.
Jackson, how would you grade Kevin Durant to the Nets?
Yeah, let's start with that one. I would say that's a B+. I think he went to a team that isn't complete trash, but isn't great. And I felt like that he left the West, and he's going to try more in the East. I feel like he made a good decision to leave Golden State, and I feel like that's good for basketball fans.
All right, Kyrie Irving, both also went to the Nets.
Kyrie, I'd give probably an A. I think he realized he can't win without another superstar. And he is going to go join with Kevin Durant. And he grew up near Brooklyn, so I felt like that was a good move for him. I felt like he never really fit in Cleveland or Boston.
All right. And
let me think.
Kemba.
Kemba. Ooh. If I'm giving him a personal grade,
no.
I'm not like if I'm saying like how I feel about it personally, I feel like that's a B-. I feel like
it wasn't a good move. I don't see him fitting.
I don't feel like Boston's the right spot for him. He's gonna go
big of shoes to fill.
He's gonna go from whatever he did was a plus to whatever he doesn't do is a minus at this point, because Boston fans are a lot more, toxic and needy than Charlotte fans. Now I don't think he should have returned to Charlotte, but I felt like if Kemba Walker really wanted to compete, I felt like he should have gone elsewhere. But who knows? Maybe Boston turns into something.
All right. Malcolm Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon, this is an interesting one. I'm gonna give him a D. This made no sense to me. You're in a really good position. You're on a really good team. They wanted you back, and you just didn't want to be there. To me, it made no sense. Now, I did see a column where he's like, Milwaukee's the most segregated city I've ever lived in, or blah, blah, blah. So maybe he didn't fit in. Who cares? But, yeah, Indiana, I mean, is Indiana really that much more diverse than Milwaukee? I mean, I've been to both, and I don't think it's really that big of a difference. But I don't know. He got paid, and I feel like it was a lot for a guy that, is good, but is he really that good?
All right, and last, I feel like this is a sleeper person. DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one I'll give this from both sides. For the Brooklyn Nets, I'd probably give this a B, flat B. I think DeAndre's a good player. Hasn't been the same as he was in LA. He's okay. He's definitely a good center, but you already had Jarrett Allen, who arguably is as good as DeAndre right now. Now for DeAndre, this is for sure an A plus because he's now ring chasing and he's going to be able to try. He's good friends with Kevin Durant. He's going to go all in, and he's going to hopefully go get a ring for himself that he couldn't get on the Clipper team. So I think it's a good move for him.
All right. Well,
we have 400 subs yet? Anybody stop by and give us that sub?
No one even stopped by. This is going to be a good podcast for when we get famous and people are going to be like, huh, what was around that time? Well, future me whenever we have 400,000 subscribers. What's up?
Yep. What's up, future me, when we have 1 million?
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Yeah, we'll have a podcast on Saturday. See you guys later.